When should fans take a stance? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. If you're new, my name's Steve Chapman. When should we the fans, take a stance? First, we need to remember this is a free event that we get to watch all the time. That we get to attend, that we get to watch on TV, and that we also get to watch on the internet. But this sport and hobby is at a really odd place right now. Anglers are fed up with organizations, and anglers are fed up with each other. Technology is the driving force of a lot of the issues that are happening right now. And that technology is separating anglers and fans. But at what time should the fans take a stance in what they believe? First, your viewership is crucial to every organization. If you don't like what they do or what they say or how they run their organization or their business or their tournaments, then you should not be watching. That's the first way of taking a stance. Having a membership or not having a membership is also taking a stance. And the comments that you put online on their videos and vlogs hopefully get read, but that's also a way to take a stance on what you believe in. And I'm not telling you what you should do and what you shouldn't do, but actions speak louder for words. I know as someone who creates content, there are people that I watch on a consistent basis. There's people that I don't watch, that I want nothing to do with. So I don't watch their videos. And while I respect the people that go out and watch that person that I don't like, for me, I just don't want to watch their crap. And will those organizations or those people listen to what you're saying? That's crucial right now. I've said this many times. Viewership is the only way that change is going to happen. If we're not watching whatever organization, whatever tournament, if we're not watching it and they're not getting the viewership that they want or deserve, and they see us shying away from their tournaments, then they will look at what they believe is wrong or try to fix it. And in most cases, they're listening to what the fans say. There's other cases where organizations just don't care. They're worried about their anglers, rightfully so. But the fans have a big influence on what happens and what doesn't happen. But when should we take a stance? Do we as fans take a stance on controversial rules and decisions? Do we take a stance on forward-facing sonar, knowing that the organizations need that influx of money to help support all of the anglers? And should the organizations have what we would call a blank check and say, you write down what it would cost for us to be a sponsor so that you do not take away the technology, even though the fans don't want that technology? One of the biggest comments or most comments I see on a daily basis is about forward-facing sonar. There's people for it, there's people against it. A majority of the people that comment are always against it. There's not a lot of people that comment, I love forward-facing sonar. And everyone's really, they can have their opinion on it right or wrong. It really means nothing. We have to remember that when an organization or a business is offered X amount of dollars to sponsor that brand, that money needs to come in. We as fans have went down this long road about forward-facing sonar over the last few years. Again, like it or dislike. But we have to remember that these organizations are there to make money. Technology is a big part of what's going on right now. But when is enough enough? Should we as fans take a stance on fish care and conservation when it's compromised? Should we take a stance when we feel an angler is mistreated? Perfect example. Look at my Scott Martin pool. Over 33% of the people honestly believe that Scott Martin was innocent. Should we take a stance when transparency and ethics are lacking? And should we take a stance when the fans and our community is disrespected? Now, what can we do? We can voice our opinion. We can tell them how we feel and hope that they will listen. And we can support the ethical organizations that we believe in. We can make sure that we don't attend the events if we don't like what that organization is doing. And last, we can hold them accountable. Now, like I said at the beginning, it is a weird place that we're in right now in this industry. There are so many people that are knocking everyone. I find it funny that everyone's on this kick about positivity, yet their videos and vlogs and podcasts call out the people that they think are negative. Why not just keep quiet? I find it funny that people say all these guys are running around and trying to get the clicks and the views and trying to be the first. Yet they're talking about the same thing several days later. And right now we're in a place where there's a lot of generalizations of what's happening and what isn't happening. And people find it more important to kick the person as they're down instead of lift them up. And we can all talk names or talk about this person or that person. But at the same time, we can talk about how positive everything is. And when it comes down to it, the truth of the matter is that people want to hear about the controversies and everything else. But when should the fans take a stance on what's going on in this industry? I would never tell someone, just because this person has this stance, don't support them. I think that's completely wrong. I think people who are out making content and trying to do the best that they can, they should be supported. This is not easy to do. This is not easy to get people to watch what you're saying or believe in what you're saying. And I want to see the sport grow. But when should we take a stance? That's the question I want you to answer for me. So comment below and tell me what you think. I want to make sure I thank everybody for all of the support y'all have given me recently. I really do appreciate it. We are a team and a family here. So if you haven't hit that like and subscribe, hit that button and welcome to the team. And I really appreciate it. Thanks again for hitting that like and subscribe button. Make sure you take a kid fishing, tight lines, cheers, and get your fish on.